In this video, I will compare 4 AI writer tools, which are, Google's Bard. If you don't know it, they just launched in India. ChatGPT3, our typical GPT or the most popular GPT model. GPT4, which we have purchased, the OpenAI's ChatGPT4, and the GPT4 model by another tool called as ForeFront.AI. So this test is based on three different aspects. One is ideation. By ideation, I mean what sort of unique ideas each tool generates for us. Second, analysis. If I ask a tool to analyze a particular paragraph, how efficient they are in analyzing that particular paragraph. And third, content creation, which most of us use these tools for, right? So let's get started. So this is Google's Bard. So the first prompt that I've added is give me a list of 10 thoughts that would feel controversial but aren't around building and growing a digital agency. Simply make it a list of lines that majority of the people would agree on them. So again, you have to see the difference. I didn't ask for controversial thoughts, but thoughts that would feel controversial, but everybody will agree with them. So this is a little bit of a twist, right? So Bart definitely gave me some good ideas, which is like you don't need a big budget to start a digital agency. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have a fancy office. You don't need to have a lot of clients. You don't need to be afraid to ask for help. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be lucky. You don't need to be a genius, rich. You don't need to be alone. So these are fairly good ideas. I won't say great ideas, but good enough. If I go to ForeFront, which uses GPT-4 in the backend, so here I can see, okay, building a successful digital marketing agency requires strong focus rather than just making money, which is actually a pretty good idea, much better than Google's ideas. Hiring the right people is crucial, 100%. This is again one more idea which kind of coincides with you don't need to be alone, right? Digital agencies should always be looking to innovate and stay ahead of the curve rather than relying on tried and true methods. See, this is very unique from Google's example out there, right? Collaboration and communication are the key. Great. Digital agencies should always be transparent with their clients. It's important for us to specialize. Again, this is something that Google didn't cover, which I feel like this is very unique, right? It should always be willing to adapt and pivot. Building a strong brand reputation is important. It should always be investing in the latest technology, and building and growing a digital agency requires a lot of hard work. So that's there. Next, here, if I ask, this is GPT 3.5, which is the default version that we all use. So it has talked about providing exceptional customer service is crucial for marketing agency, continuous learning, building a diverse team, investing in reliable technology, transparent and honest communication, embracing data-driven decision-making, collaboration, cultivating a strong company culture, regularly measuring and analyzing KPIs, and building strong relationships. I feel these GPT-3 results are kind of better than Bard, and again, it's my personal opinion. You guys tell me which one do you like, right? And obviously, because we are using GPT-4 here with ForeFront, it's much better. Let's actually see GPT-4 results in the ChatGPT's, the OpenAI's GPT-4 results. First is working remotely is efficient and more productive. Second is automation can replace some roles, making the agency leaner and more profitable so that we don't have to hire more. Focusing on a niche market, which is similar to ForeFront.AI results. Traditional advertising methods are becoming obsolete. This is again something cool. Large retainer clients can hinder growth by limiting flexibility and innovation. This is again different from Bard. I feel this is as good as ForeFront.AI because essentially these are all GPT-4. And let's go on the next one. Investing in ongoing employee education, prioritizing client relationships, embracing failures, establishing healthy work-life balance. I feel the topics given by ChatGPT overall is much better than Bard. It felt generic, a little bit generic if I look at Bard. Although they are good ideas, but I felt a little bit more generic, with Bard. Now the next stage of testing is whether Bard or GPT-4 or ForeFront can analyze one of the paragraph that I give them, because analysis is a very big part of what I use personally, GPT for. So if I look at let's say Bard. So I gave this prompt. I picked up one of my emails and LinkedIn post. I said analyze the following LinkedIn post. Focus on the style of writing, the tone, the voice, and overall vibe. And this is an entire LinkedIn post that I gave. And it gave, this is informal and conversational. The author uses contractions, slangs, exclamation points. Tone is alarming and warning. The voice is confident and authoritative. Overall vibe is, of the post is negative and pessimistic, which is for this post, yeah, it's true. The author makes some valid points. The conclusion is too extreme. It's not going to collapse overnight, so it feels like Bard is giving me its own opinion, but it's okay. So this is cool. If I go to Forefront, it also has kind of understood contraction, colloquial language, there's modern day and adores you. Tone is somewhat alarmist. The author is suggesting that the creator economy is danger of collapsing. The voice is assertive and confident. So pretty much I would say Bard is close enough here. Overall vibe is one of concern and urgency, which is good. That's what I was going with. And the overall post is engaging and thought-provoking. You can read it. I don't want to read the entire thing because I already did and it bores me to death. And if I look at GPT-3, it actually is pretty similar. Provocative, attention-grabbing, voice is assertive and confident. Overall vibe is of skepticism and exploration, which is actually true. And if I go to GPT-4, it has actually found out that this is opinionated and direct, sharing personal views on the topic. No other AI model has given me this particular voice here, so which is pretty good. Thought-provoking and stimulating. So in terms of the second level of test, if I were to suggest, it's pretty similar across Bard and Forefront and GPT-3 and GPT-4, all of them. So not a lot of difference. However, I realize a big difference comes when it comes to actually writing or producing the right kind of content. So let me go ahead and share. So I asked Bard to write a LinkedIn post on the following topic in the same tone, voice, style, and overall vibe. And the topic was, you don't need big budgets to start a digital agency. Write an active voice, first person singular. Make it controversial. If possible, add a real life example or story. Make it witty and informal. So it says, the post starts with, I'm tired of hearing people say that you need a big budget to start a digital agency. It's simply not true. I started my agency with just $500 in my pocket and I have been growing it ever since. I mean, it has added a little bit of story, which I like. So creativity is definitely there. Here's the truth. You don't need a lot of money to start a digital agency. What you need is a great team, clear vision, and a willingness to work. If you have those things, you can start a successful digital marketing agency with a little money. Here's a real life example. So it has given an example, so it's good. So if you are thinking about starting a digital agency, don't let lack of money hold you back. Just remember this. Here are some steps. It has given some tips, and I hope this helps you get started. What I have seen is like this advice is good. Outsource what you can is good. Use free tools and resources is good. Be creative is good. Work hard is also good. So all in all, this post is pretty good. There were a little bit of concerns when I first tested Bard. I felt it was not up to the mark, but now I feel it's good enough, right? It's not that bad. So if I go to Forefront, it actually starts with a very good hook as a LinkedIn. Whenever you write a LinkedIn post or email, the first two lines are very, very important, right? They grab the attention. So it starts with a very nice hook. It's like, you don't need a big budget to start a digital agency. Hyphen, hear me out. I know what you're thinking. Starting a digital agency requires a ton of money, right? Wrong. As someone who started their own digital agency on a shoestring budget, I can tell you that it's totally possible to get started without breaking the bank. Now, this is much more informal than Google's Bard because it's GPT-4. All you need to start a digital agency is a laptop, an internet connection, and some serious side hustle. Sure, having a fancy equipment and swanky office space might be nice, but they're not essential to get started. When I did this, so this was a story. In fact, some of the most successful digital agencies I know start out with very little money. They focus on delivering value, building a strong brand, hustling hard. So if you are thinking about starting a digital agency, then do this. So it's pretty cool. If I go to GPT-3 and do the same thing, it also starts with a very good hook. It's like, who says you need a big budget to start a digital agency. Not me, with emojis. Let me spill the bends and shatter the myth that's been holding you back. Starting a digital agency doesn't require deep pockets, my friends. It's all about your determination, creativity, and a sprinkle of hustle. Let me share a little story with you. Picture this. I was a broke college student armed with nothing but a laptop, a crazy idea, and a burning passion for all things digital. I think this is good. It's a very nice informal way of putting things down. Uh, and it has given some real life examples like Apple and Amazon. But it definitely put out that here's my controversial claim. Uh, Big budgets are overrated, which is not bad. What do you think? Then there is a call to action. It is also not bad, but I'll give my ratings a bit later. Uh, GPT-4 definitely has the best hook out there. Big budgets for digital agency. Who needs that? You read that right, folks. I firmly believe that you don't need big budget to kickstart your digital agency. Hold on to your hats because I'm about to spill the tea. Here's the deal. Starting a digital agency is more about hustle, passion, and creativity than it is about having deep pockets. Yes, I said it. Picture this. I started this. There's a little bit of story. Then investing in this. This is the lesson. Stay scrappy, embrace bootstrap mentality. A little bit of story again. Best part, you can do it too. Let's kick those big bucket myths to curb and start hustling, shall we? What do you think? Share your thoughts, better yet, your own success stories. Among all four of these, I liked, in terms of the body, I liked ForeFront's body the most. In terms of hook, I liked GPT-4's hook the most. Even ForeFront's hook is pretty good because it's again trained on GPT-4. Bard is good, but I don't think it's as good as GPT. So I think it's still in the early stages to begin with. All in all, I would give the best rank to GPT-4, then ForeFront.AI, then GPT-3, and then Bard. The reason being, I feel like Bard is still in its initial stages, and I think they will improve over time. Hopefully, with the access to web that they have, they will give even better data with time. And I think it's still in its initial stages. So my opinion, if you don't have money, then GPT-3 and Bard, and if you want to compare both, having the right prompt is definitely important. So if you want to write the right prompt, then here's my prompt engineering course that you can click and check it out. But if you have money, I would 100% agree, advise you to go ahead and invest in ChatGPT4. That's always the best. If no, then go to ForeFront.AI where you can use GPT-4 for free. The only con here is you may not get latest data with GPT-4, right? With Google, that's the pro here, where you can get the latest data of any and all scenarios. So I hope this video was informative, and let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'll do more experiments with all these AI tools and give you more data. So if you want such videos, do subscribe to my channel and leave a comment about what you think. It means a lot to me because it motivates me to do more research and bring you even more or better data, right? Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.